We are back with another one. Yo, let's make my hairline. All right, there we go. I'll put it up there so looks like I got a good hairline. But today we're literally gonna unbox the brand new Rebel combo. I'm gonna cut this guy walking in. What's up, dog?
What's going on?
We're going live for your haircut.
How you doing?
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too.
How are you?
I'm good. What, they make you wear a mask, you know?
Well, yeah, you know, I gotta do that. We've been wearing this mask a little bit. It's been kind of funny. But
I thought it was just gonna be ugly.
I see how you are. I see how you are. 8 a.m. on a Saturday. We're already doing our first live. Today we're gonna go live a bunch of times, so keep it locked right here.
Look at this cup, bro.
What's up, y'all? Where you tapping in from?
I saw one that was over in California or something, and the guy's like, they're like, yeah, me and my boyfriend, we identify as cats. And he's like, well, I don't care, give me your ID.
There it is.
He goes, first trying to ask for your rabies shots.
So that's the new colorway. It's a little different.
Don't be assuming that I'm gay.
See if I got the other one in here.
He goes,
I think I brought the other one home. All right. So to be fair, this has been the most used clipper in my lineup. I've used this the most out of everything. So I'm actually gonna take this off, but check it out. We're literally gonna pop this out of the box. I have no idea how much battery there is. Hopefully enough. Comes with the vapor blade. It's actually set really good, so I won't even really worry about setting it. So that's the clipper right there. It's kind of like a retro color scheme. It reminds me like something kind of nostalgic. But if I get the clipper out, it basically comes with the stands, like everything you need, the tight guards. We're not gonna use none of that. Hopefully we got enough battery, like I said. And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna use this trimmer. Let's see how it hits set first. Got the black X Pro blade on here. Bro, this thing is set like a laser already. So this is the first time I've even touched it. I wasn't even gonna use this because I wanted to actually film this a little bit without hair on it, but for you guys, you know, we'll do it. So we'll make it happen. So let's test the trimmer right off the rip here. Straight out of the box. Still gonna do the same thing, bro?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna do a skin fade here. And I'm gonna put it in a nice harsh guideline just to show you guys how we can remove it. So first I'm just gonna kind of go through and put like a little bit of a light line in here. Try to keep it the same all the way to just above the occipital bone. Let's try it, right? Boom. So generally speaking, when you first pull out a brand new clipper, trimmer, whatever, when you first pull it out, you're gonna need to break it in a little bit. That's usually how it goes. But right now, these actually seem like they're hitting pretty good. No pulling, no complaints. Usually they get a little bit better as they go. They have self-sharpening blades. So it can take a little bit of time in the beginning to get them to kind of cut the right way. They were already like oiled and everything a little bit, so these are cutting really nice. They feel like sharp or anything? On your skin? No? No? Good. I'm just like noticing right now that the other piece right here, this piece can pop off. They could be skeleton. It's probably in the box, but we're gonna work with it like this for now. Just exactly how it comes. So you notice how I kind of like to dip it down just a little bit in the back. I'll do the same thing. I'm gonna try to match that up on this side. So we'll take this and kind of hook it up a little bit higher around the ear. I can see kind of right where I left off is about there. So I want to kind of try to find that area. I see some of them grays coming through, baby.
Oh, yeah. Come to the beard first, and then they come to the up on the side, right?
Yeah, you got a little bit of a beard going now.
Yeah.
What you planning on doing with that?
Okay, nice little. Not even trim out, you know.
Clean it up.
I want the length, you know?
Want to keep the length, clean it up.
Yeah. And you know how beards grow. Patchy.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like leaving that area a little bit lower right here because that gives me a little bit more hair to kind of edge up into. We'll follow up behind with an electric shaver of some kind. Personal favorite electric shaver would be the Instinct. I feel like I could get you guys a little closer. Hold up, let me see if I can adjust this camera. There we go. Give me a second here, y'all. Trying to get you guys a little bit closer to the heat of the battle here. There we go. That's a little better, right? All right, we got the Instinct shaver from Stylecraft. This shaver is extremely powerful, and we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna clean them off real quick. The studio, probably the most used tool that we got this year. 2024, we're almost done here with 2024. If you guys have not seen all of my best of videos, we have best shaver, best trimmer, best clipper. But as I get close to this line, I'm gonna flick up and out. So you guys can see how close this shaver cuts. Just about like a razor, really. Smash that like button, man, if you guys are enjoying the content. If you want to see me keep going live, this is demonetized. Obviously, we got a little bit of music in the background. Like, YouTube does not like when you do anything like that, even though this would fall under fair use. Maybe one day the internet gets fixed and creators who do this type of stuff can actually be compensated for it. But as of right now, because this gay ass song's playing in the background, YouTube's gonna be like, you get nothing. It all belongs to them.
You know your life?
What's that?
You know your life?
Yeah, it don't matter. Like, I could do the best content in the world, but if I walk by a store that's playing a Maroon 5 song, then Adam Levine's gonna get the money. Missed a tiny bit here. I'll get all them long ones. So those of you guys know, these don't cut long hair. He said leave them like that, that's good. You send me $1,000 super chat, and we'll leave it just like that. Don't worry, David, we'll split it.
All right, sounds good.
We'll split it. I get a video of him pulling off and everything. We won't get the video of him pulling back in. All right, that's that. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get rid of some of this bulk here, and I'm gonna tie it into the top. The way that I will do that is by putting a number 2 tight guard. It has the double magnetics on here. Fits very securely. The ones that came with this are actually white. I got my own tight guard sitting here. What do you guys think of the new unit, though? Y'all like the color scheme? It's a little different. It's not as shiny. There already was a red prior to this, but it was really shiny. So they wanted to create like a matte version of it. But with the number 2, just flicking up and out. And I'm not really too worried about my connection to the top. We're gonna use clipper over comb for that. But we're gonna get rid of this bulk here around the back and sides. Where we tapping in from? Yo, it's like 60 degrees out here. We are in the dead of winter. All right. The Florida winter started like 2 days ago.
And tomorrow.
And it's probably going to end tomorrow, yeah. But until then, you know, we're trying to keep warm here. You guys can see how we're coming up and off the head. Just kind of up and off. If you add a little bit of wrist movement to this part, you might succeed in slightly blending into the top. Now, his hair is actually really fine. It's going to show every single mistake I make. So it's always a little bit of a fight to get it right. But with fine hair, the haircut could come out so fresh. It just takes a little bit more work. Like, I was cutting my son's hair a couple days ago, right the day before Thanksgiving. And, you know, his hair is so hard to cut, but man, when it's done, it looks really good. Just takes a lot of fighting. Okay, we're gonna use a little bit of clipper over comb now. I'm gonna comb all this hair towards me, where I can kind of see this weight. Just put them this way a little bit. You guys kind of see this weight line that I'm looking at here. Not sure how well that's coming across the camera, but it's definitely pretty obvious to me. So we're just gonna hold the comb up and out, right on the angle that we want. And I'm actually using like the brace of my fingers here to kind of create a little bit of a bridge, to create the kind of like a guard. So like my goal here is exactly what I just did here on this part of the section. Was I've pretty much kind of built a good connection into the top. It might change as we go. 30 degrees. He said 30 degrees where he's at. Man, you better get a winter coat. Like when I gotta travel up north during this time of year, I'm always trying to just get it done with a sweatshirt because that's all I got. I got one sweatshirt. It's a Bill sweatshirt. But I got one of them. On this side, you can see his hair lays a little different because it kind of wants to go up and over, and that will be kind of how we style it. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull this down a little bit right here, and you guys can see fairly heavy weight line right there. So I'm gonna slide this comb into that weight line, and I'm just gonna cut and lift. I remember, so me and Taylor Cuts last year at CT Barber Expo, we had this big plan to teach a clipper over comb class to like 300 people, right? Some of you guys who are in this lobby right now, you might even have been there. It was the coolest class I've ever been a part of, right? And it's so like, it was so crazy, like behind the scenes, how it all kind of unfolded. Like first, I thought there was only gonna be like 20 people there, right? Somehow in my mind, that was what I imagined. I was completely wrong, dude. I go downstairs, it was like 300 people at that stage looking up on it. It was big, man. They had huge cameras, audio equipment, like everything that I never imagined it would be that big. So I called Taylor. I'm like, yo, Taylor, you better come down here, bro. It's not 20 people. He goes, really? How many? I said, it's probably like 300 people in here. He said, all right, bet. Now he comes down, and I'm kind of like telling him like what my vision is. And he goes, bro, I don't know how to do clipper over comb. And he said it to the whole audience. I was like, oh my God. So it turned out really good. Like he sort of like improvised. He grabbed somebody from the crowd. He started doing the design. We went back and forth between the design, the clipper over comb. We brought a bunch of people up on stage. Like it was just such a fun time. There was like a 15-year-old. And he went up on stage, and Taylor gave him one of his clippers and signed it. It was just a good time, man. We really made it work. All right, we're going to start the actual blend. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to open the clipper. These clippers have clicks, 3 hours of runtime, which I have no idea how much it has because I literally just opened it out of the box. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of use a little bit of clipper manipulation. So I'm going to actually tip it out this way, and that's how my first section is going to get set in. Then I'm going to slowly start to lower it and get down to the length of the actual open taper length. So out like this. Your clipper has to be sharp to do this. This could definitely pull some hair, and it might, but I'm actually moving pretty quick too, and it's not. So you can see how soft. The idea here is to create a really soft guideline there. The only harsh one I really wanted to put in was that one with the trimmer, and that was mainly because I wanted to test the trimmer. I might not even have put it in that harsh to begin with if it wasn't for that. But the other side of it too is I know a lot of you guys put your line in with your trimmer like that, and I'm sure many of you guys struggle to get it out. He said, how much for you to just cut through the middle? $1,000 in a super chat. I got to split it with Dave. I got to make it worth his while. Imagine he comes in and he's like, yo, he's explaining to his wife why he's bald. And he says, I am bald, that's true, but I do have $500. You'd go for that, right?
Of course.
So, I mean, for $500, YouTube takes 33%. So I'll even take the hit there on that. I'll give him $500 out of my pocket right now, reach down in here, and I give it to him. As soon as I see the super chat come in here, I give him the money right here. So if you guys want me to shave his head, by all means, that would make for a crazy short, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. This is great. Guess who I gotta meet? I gotta meet him on Wednesday.
No.
I got my 5-year anniversary.
You're meeting the Kingpin?
No, yeah.
Imagine you meet him looking like a Cuban skinhead.
That's right.
So you guys see how I have the clipper tipped out here? You can really see it on this angle when I'm here, especially towards the front. Now watch this. I'll start to angle it down. So out here, what this does is this just kind of really softens that those upper guidelines. Now I can kind of angle it on down. I got it completely flat now, and now it's cutting everything that it's able to cut. Still have not moved the lever. I'm just trying to feed it in different ways. And that's really done a good job of softening up this section right here. He said, I know you're ready to slap his ass with some alcohol. Well, yeah, towards the end of the haircut, we'll hit him with the hot sauce. But that's not out of any desire to see him in pain, just to heal his skin. Okay, so now I got a couple different ways I could approach this. A way that I like to go is I kind of like to handle everything on top and finish this final line first. So that's probably what I'll do. But if you guys would like to see me approach it from the bottom going up, let me know. I'll switch tack. But as of right now, that's the plan. So we did a number 2 up in that area. So if you're not sure, you can go back to your number 2. We can close it. See if we can't pick anything up. Just flicking up and off. With fine hair, you got to be super careful. You know, which is why I got the number 2 back in my hand. I've done such a good job with that flick that I really don't have a ton of weight there. I realize the camera's probably over sharpening the image and making it look a little worse than it actually is. But as we get a little further along in the blend and I get the blend right, I'm gonna pull out one of my other lights and I'll show you guys what it actually looks like. We'll get close, we'll do the end of the haircut. You guys will see that. That's what it'll do. Smash that thumbs up, man. If you guys are watching, we'd love to share this with more people. And of course, you guys can always use my code Eddie10 with Fort Worth Barber Supply or my code Eddie with Gamma or Stylecraft and save some money off of your tools. You'll find links in the description to just about everything you see me use here, except for these new Rebels, because I'm not sure if they're available for purchase yet, but they will be. And I gotta say, like, out of all the clippers that Stylecraft has and releases, this is probably the one I find myself picking up the most. I think it's got something to do with like the speed that I work at or whatever. A lot of my best haircuts have really come from this unit. And the Saber. The Saber too has been undeniably great. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna go to the 1.5 now. Open. I'm listening for it to cut. I don't really hear it doing a whole lot in this section anyways.
Trying to hold my hand?
I was trying to hold your hand, baby.
Yeah. I'm upstairs.
Skipping. Chew bubble gum together.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll close it up about halfway. See if I can't get anything. So move one more over here. I'll close it all the way. So right now, it might look like I'm holding it completely flat, but what I'm actually doing here is I'm just using the corner of the guard. Really don't want to push into fine hair too hard. Really everything I want to do here is just, I just want to be super careful with everything I'm doing. I want to keep that nice weight I got built into the top so I could cut the top to whatever length I want. It will look good. That's pretty good. So yesterday we were talking about a story that happened here. Bro, did you guys hear about the golfer that got beat to death with his own clubs?
Yep.
That's crazy, bro. A tweaker.
Yeah.
A tweaker ran onto a golf course and grabbed the guy's clubs and beat him to death with them.
What? For like no reason.
Well, like no reason at all. Wasn't too far from here, right?
No.
I don't know what. Yeah, it was in Florida. I don't know what the hell. And then not too long ago, a barber shot another barber. 44-year-old barber shot or it was a 38-year-old barber in Atlanta. All right, we'll go back to Halfway Open here. And we went live. We talked about that one, but like, yo, there's never something that's that serious. And the guy who shot the guy died. He was a father of 4. He died. And the dude who shot him realized that like he made a mistake right away. He waited around for the cops, turned himself in immediately. Like, there's really no winners to that story. His life is pretty much done, and then there's 4 kids and ain't got no dad no more. Probably the worst part of the whole ordeal. So there's never anything that serious, y'all. Just leave. Leave the shop. You do not have to do this. You do not have to do this for a living either. Well, I like the connection we're building here. So now I'm going to kind of like use my mirror a little bit. I can see there's a faint couple of spots. I might not even need my half guard. Probably am going to need, the half guard. Don't worry, we're going to take care. He's complaining about your neck scruff. Don't worry, we're gonna take care of his beard here as well during this tutorial. One thing at a time, guys. One thing at a time. Smash the like button, y'all. We got 8 likes, and you guys, there's 79 of y'all, 85 of y'all in there. Once again, we start with it fully open. We have we're only gonna use the corner here, and I'm actually stepping back, kind of looking at my mirror and kind of trying to hunt down little spots that don't look perfect. That's one of the things too with fine hair. You're not going to do the exact same process across the entire scalp. It's going to require different things. Sometimes you're going to have to close it a little bit like I just did. Sometimes you might have to open it. You're going to have to bounce around a little bit to get this connection good. When I start to see my blend kind of coming out like this, I know I'm in pretty good shape, because the last thing I'm really worried about is removing that harsh bottom line. Like, I know that the clipper literally from the factory set up the way it is, I should be able to remove the majority of it. Between that and the trimmer I put it in with, I'll have no trouble removing that final line. We might just keep the live rolling too. I got another client coming in right after this. His hair is completely different. You guys have seen him on the channel a few times, but we'll show you the way we approach that one. All the little nuances that we have to change throughout the day with different textures, with different haircuts. It's not always the same. On this side, I just felt like this connection's even better on this side. Like, I don't have as much to do here. Now, I'm not going to keep fighting with this area too much more because a lot of that's going to change when I start to remove that final line. So as of right now, I'd say this is a pretty good checkpoint. Like, once I get the haircut kind of blend in pretty well to the top, it's a good time to start removing that harsh skin line. He said, what would you do if the hair was coarse on the half guard? If the hair is coarse, generally the area you're going to struggle with more is actually the skin line. You'll find with coarse hair, I always find it easier to kind of make the connection into the top because it's thicker. But that line the harsh line is harder to get out. Whereas when his hair is fine like this, the harsh line's actually easier to get out. It's harder to leave. A lot of barbers are gonna take this too high, and they're gonna wind up wiping it out into the top there. So one of the big differences I would do with coarse hair is that. So what we're gonna do here now, I have it fully closed. I'm gonna take just the corner. I'm gonna push down on the scalp and I'm gonna feed it into that little line right here. So I really don't wanna make a huge change here. I'm just gonna like pretty much folding the skin over the clipper. And I'm just really focused on that bottom part of the line. Like as you can see, we're making a little bit more stuff that we gotta clean up, but that's why we have the clicks. So you guys will see how we'll use the clicks. Just pushing down a little bit on the scalp. And you can kind of do this when your clipper's not fully zero gap. Like this actually did come pretty close. We'll go ahead and we'll open it now. When you start to feather in the rest of the connection, you can stop with the pushing down. You might even pull up. So just kind of manipulating the skin a little bit. Some of you guys, I've noticed at some of the classes, like I'll see you stretching the crap out of a client's head, get the blend to look perfect with it stretched, and then the moment you let it go, it's got some issues in it. So we want to make sure. Lever open, is it the same as a half guard? No. Actually, if I put this half guard on and I close it, this clipper is going to cut closer than an open taper. So there's a little bit of overlap in that guard. I wouldn't get too hung up on that. Like in your mind, you can kind of almost pretend it is, but the truth is it's actually going to cut a little bit closer. So now I'm just going to kind of play around with the lever. I might close it. I might open it. But I'm trying to just get rid of that bottom line. And as you make another line, just open it and kind of keep moving your way up. Hundred of y'all in the room, man. Smash that thumbs up. 129 of you guys in the room. Only 12 likes, man. Come on, man. Do me a favor. We're giving you guys free game. It's completely demonetized. I'm not making nothing off of this. I'm just trying to help you guys out this morning. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Going live, putting the work in. This has been one of those months, guys, that I've done so much work for the channel. I can't even tell you how much time I've spent editing and filming and just trying to give you guys the best content I possibly can. Bring you guys a little bit closer now. All right, so as you guys can see, this blend is starting to figure itself out a little bit. Most of the harsh line is gone. A couple little spots that we're just gonna lightly flick into. This is where I'm sort of reducing pressure. I'm no longer folding the skin over. I'm not doing anything crazy. Nothing unusual, nothing new, nothing different. Just finding my way. You know, a good like rule of thumb, guys, is whenever we're blending, we have our clipper tipped and we're just using our corner. Whenever we're putting our guidelines in, we try to keep our clipper a little bit more horizontal. See you, brother. Take care. So now, I could actually grab my half guard. So I got my half guard, double magnetic, tight guard. I'll open it halfway. With it halfway in the open position, we'll just see if we can clean up any of these little areas that reach into the one. Also, I'll tell you guys something else too. If I was to open this all the way up, this actually will cut. These will leave the hair longer. This will leave the hair longer than a number one, closed. So that's another little secret that a lot of you guys probably would jump back to your one guard thinking that you're gonna be able to get something. Like a lot of times you can get it done with your half guard. Between opening and closing it, usually you're going to be able to get the blend pretty well worked out there. All right, that was pretty good to me, guys. So we're going to go back to our trimmer just for a second. Any little areas that we might be able to just further refine between where that electric shaver ended. It's all about those tiny little details, guys. What's up, man? How are you? Good morning.
Hey, doing good? hope you can help me out with the fade here, and then as low as you could let go, it's just
All right, guys.
back there.
That's looking pretty good. We're gonna keep on moving. We'll move on to the other side here.
How low do you want to go on the sides?
And we're gonna repeat the process, but you're actually gonna see some differences on this side because this side's just been cooperating. So I'm not gonna have to fight as much on this side, I could already tell. We'll start with it all the way closed and then we're gonna move it up one click. You say, here's a secret from a barber. Stop using it as an eraser and use your C motion. Okay. Very helpful, sir. What he means by a C motion is he's just flicking it kind of like this, which is what we've been doing the whole time. But actually, if you do use it as an eraser, that actually makes a lot more sense to a lot of people who are newer. You can kind of, because a lot of times you guys think that you're going to do this. This is what new people think. They come here, they touch it, and they flick up and out. That is not going to make a haircut. Making a haircut, it doesn't cut on the downstroke. Keep it right up against the scalp. Use the pressure and push on it. And then to further make your clipper cut a little closer, you can push on the skin from above. That allows the skin to kind of fold over top of the clipper a little bit. You keep your little motions the same. I'll show you guys the area I'm actually working on. Sorry, I kind of had the camera tilted that way. So we're gonna open it some. Stretching it one way and the other. And it's not always, the other thing too is like, everything you see up close like this is not always the whole picture. You gotta, from time to time, you gotta turn around. You gotta look at your mirror. And that'll give you a much broader perspective of like what you need to do next. If things are going together the way you envisioned, if your sections are working out good. Remember on this side, guys, all we used really was like the 1.5 and our open taper. We've done a lot of this with just kind of freehand clipper movement. Sometimes you'll think that your problem is like up here and your problem's actually down here. So you got to look in the mirror and you got to figure out exactly where the actual haircut needs work. So like I'm stepping back and I could see that my bottom line is starting to fade away, which is what we want. But at the same time, I've created a little bit of work just up here, which is fine. That's why we have our lever. That's why we're able to move them. A lot of people do like fading with like detachables and stuff. I personally don't. And it's not for any other reason other than I have done a lot of fades with detachables, as a matter of fact. One of my first jobs was at Supercuts. All we ever used was detachable clippers.
How long were you there for?
About a year. So I got fired for stealing. Allegedly. Statute of limitations is up on that one. Let's say there was a time where I was not living the good life. I got charged by the Regis Corporation. I did. I went to court for it, everything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hard. I didn't know that.
Charged me for petty larceny. All right, you guys, we're gonna see if we can dial this in here with our half guard now. I'm thinking the half guard should just about work out the majority of issues I have in this section. I'm sort of standing in my own light here a little bit, so. The other thing about filming these tutorials is difficult is I'm not standing even close to how I normally would work if I was just doing his haircut. Like if I show you guys like my whole situation, like look, this is the bird's eye view over here. This is what it looked like. I'm stretched all the way from over here and I'm not even able to really see 100% what I'm doing when I'm doing this for you guys. So smash that thumbs up. Like I said, we get nothing out of this. This is demonetized. We're just doing this to help you guys. So the least we could do maybe is smash the thumbs up and help me out. Let me keep growing. Let me keep bringing you guys the good content that I can. I literally, for those of you guys who just jumped into this live, literally opened up this clipper from a box the second he walked in. I never plugged it in. I never even looked at it. So this is the first time I'm seeing it. This is exactly how it comes out of the box. It's exactly what you could expect if you buy one. I think these sell for somewhere in the neighborhood of $279 for the clipper and the trimmer combo. And you actually get stands with this one. The Rebel Flex combo, I'll show you guys the clipper out of that one is actually this one. You get this one here. Allegedly. It's allegedly, bro. Somebody picked up on that. I said allegedly. I was caught stealing allegedly. Yeah, like I said, guys, it was, I'm not proud of it, to be honest, but I do think it's funny, man. It's part of what makes us. We all do a bunch of dumb shit. Remember that song? What's that guy, the Traveler? He's like, of course I'm fucked up. Who never fuck up? Hands in the air. Just go ahead, put your hand in the air. Just drop a comment, tell me you never fucked up in your life. The difference is I'm not ashamed about it. It is what it is. So I went back to the one guard just to further caution myself a little bit as we get this tied in. I really like how the majority of this side is coming out. I just got a handful of tiny little areas that are fighting with me. And I told you guys this was gonna happen. I actually thought this side was gonna go a little bit quicker and easier. And for the most part it has. But there's definitely a couple of spots that I just gotta be super careful around. Like I'm just arching all the way from over here. I gotta step to this side. I think it'll be a little bit easier to. I think he's in Tennessee this.
Yeah, he's actually not in today. I think he'll be back on Monday. All right, you take care, bud.
Not like what I'm seeing here, guys.
Quiet day.
Still that like tiny little bit right there. We had like a big amount of customers in here last week for Thanksgiving. Everybody wants to get fresh for Thanksgiving, everything like that. It's typical to be a little bit slow, like the day after Thanksgiving. Like we were here Black Friday. I wasn't crazy busy. I did probably 6, 7 haircuts. Today, it's the usual suspects. A bunch of the usual suspects are around. That's all what comes with like when you build a clientele, man. And usually you can stay pretty busy all year long. That's the whole goal. When you guys jump from like shop to shop or situation to situation, or you're not doing right by your clients, that's typically why some of you guys get into this business and kind of give up. Remember there was this kid the other day that was in here, and he was like, hey, do you think I can maybe work here? And I was like, do you have a license? Now, he was clearly like 15 years old, maybe 14 years old, so I didn't think for a second he had a license. And he said, no. I said, do you have interest in like getting one? And he said, no. I just thought it'd be something cool to do. I was like, okay, well, not here. It would be something cool to do. We all start somewhere. But I mean, he almost like had disdain for the business. I'm like thinking to myself, you got a lot to learn, young man. Like the story with the old bull and the young bull up on the hill. You know that one, David?
Nope.
I can't even say it. Whatever, I'll get deplatformed if I say the whole thing. But basically, the young bull, I might as well just say it. Might as well just say it. But basically, the young bull, he sees that field full of cows, and he says, Dad, let's go down and make it with one of them cows. Let's run down there and make it one of them cows. And his dad says, no, son. Let's walk down there and make it with all them cows. Let's walk down there. Keyword. I don't know why I grabbed the Instinct right here, but this is the Metal Instinct trimmer. It was just an easy reach. Go back to this one. It cuts good, man. Like for just fresh out of the box, and I haven't even done literally nothing to this. Pretty impressed with how well this trimmer hits. And it's not even broken in too, so like we gotta also give a little bit of respect to that. All right, we're gonna work on this back bottom line here. He said these other creators be capping hard. He said, I cut 50 heads after Thanksgiving, made 1K before 12 p.m. 50 heads before Thanksgiving? We all did that. I'm talking about the day after Thanksgiving. How many did you do that day?
I'm still working.
That's what I'm saying. He took time away from all that money he was making to write that comment. He's like, that comment just cost me $16. Fuck around and find out. 100 heads capping. Who is capping around here, bro? I feel like the cap is real in this room today. Just one time for the cap, smash that thumbs up. If you think he's lying, smash the thumbs up.
He probably worked for like the military. He had all the recruits coming and just gave them all that.
Yeah, you're not lying, dude. He could work on a military base. You know, if David worked on the military base, if I worked on a military base, you come in talking about, oh, I want to fade this and that. Yeah, okay. See you, bitch. Next. Believe me, I used to work, that supercuts that I was telling you guys about was actually right across the street from the Niagara Falls Air Force Base. And we did a lot of haircuts there. It's kind of like where I met my first couple of skin fades and started to kind of realize I liked cutting men's hair because we did everything. Not you, bro. You keep it real. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. So you be keeping it real. I appreciate you, man. I always try to keep it real because, like, really, at the end of the day, like, I'm here to help you guys. I'm not really here to engorge myself in any other way. I don't really care. I'm probably the worst at self-promotion on YouTube. If you guys notice all my videos, they're always about some topic. They're always about some haircut. But I don't really talk too much about myself, almost never. Oh, motto. There goes the light. We're blind. I'm blind. All right, I handled that line in the back pretty good, guys. I mean, for a stock clipper, straight from the box, I'm not complaining. Not complaining at all about that. Just take our trimmer, kind of chip away into that prior line a little bit. We're gonna move into some other techniques here. There's another thing too that I noticed a lot when I worked at the barber school. It was like a lot of you newer barbers, you guys would like keep going after it with your clippers when it was clearly time to try some different things. You can always go back to your clippers, but we're gonna use some shear over comb and some texturizing shears, and that's really gonna shear up just about all of this blend, I'm thinking. Especially with fine hair, you gotta do that, you know. And if you got like Asian hair too, it's also really, really difficult to blend out some of them lines. A lot of the straighter hair types can be really, really difficult to work with. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys how to cut the top. Easy little technique. And I'll probably spin him, I suppose, this way for now. A little bit closer. Moving in on you, David. All right. So we're gonna wet this down. You guys notice I retired my automatic spray bottle. I actually lost it when I moved the shop around.
You lost that?
I don't know where it is. But I got tired of stealing Sunny, so I brought one from home. All right, so the vision here is kind of wear it to the side a little bit, right, David?
Yeah.
So we're looking at kind of trying to wear it something like this or like this. Which side do you push it to?
Usually push it to the left.
Push it to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what it wants to do more than anything. So like I always try to like kind of comb it around and see like which way, you know, he wants to push it to the left. So that gives me an idea of like what this area is going to be left looking like here. So I could actually use a little shear over comb right here right now just to kind of get that tied in a little better. So I've always been a little bit of a chomper, meaning that I move both my top and my bottom hand at the same time, but you can basically do a better job if you can keep that bottom blade still and only move your thumb.
Bodyguard?
He said, warning,
Oh.
don't try this at home.
Movie?
Well, how else would you learn, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to start somewhere.
Gladiator yet?
No.
If you're new to this,
Tomorrow. I know, we'll say Saturday, yeah, tomorrow, I'm gonna go see it tomorrow.
if you're new to this, you gotta start it somewhere. I remember cutting my own hair. That's kind of what started it for me. I'm talking about before any hair. I was cutting my own hair, and then a couple of my friends were like, "Yo, that ain't bad. Can you cut my hair?" And I cut their hair. I was probably 10 years old when that was going on, maybe even younger. So we all gotta start somewhere, man. And like the other thing too, I just want to give you guys some encouragement here. Like if you're here and you're watching because you maybe made some mistakes and messed up a haircut, maybe you lost your confidence, whatever. None of that shit matters, guys. None of that shit matters. You're not gonna build your books off of one client. So if you have one bad experience, it is what it is. We build our books off the many. I'm gonna take off just this bit right here. And somebody's gotta let you get your reps in, guys. You're not gonna be great at this right off the rip. I remember people would be frustrated in barber school, like, I'm just not getting it. I'm like, bro, you're not supposed to get this. You're new to this. You're not born knowing how to do this. I mean, this takes time. All right, so now, if you notice, I comb the bangs down and out of the way. So I'm actually gonna work behind the bangs a little bit. I'm gonna try to pick up my guideline, which I can see right here. And if I go back a little further, you can see where my guide is. It's right here, and I have hair on both sides of it. So if I go back into my guideline section here, make sure that I have a nice clear guide to follow. And you do not have to texturize curly hair. There's no reason to texturize it, so you're not gonna see me point cutting when I have curly hair on the top, because that would just be stupid. This hair is gonna curl, and you're gonna have an even harder time of keeping track of it. So I'm gonna work off of my guide, off to the edge. If you notice, I'm keeping my hand like a bridge, and I'm moving it straight up from where it grows. Straight up from where it grows is not me picking it up here and dragging it over here. That'll make it longer when it comes back. So I wanna make sure that I follow my guide, and then I wind up with two guides. So now essentially what's happening is once I get to the back of this section, my guideline just got from this wide to this wide. So now if I want, I can keep moving off of the edge here. Start moving down towards where I ended my clipper over comb. And I can literally see, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there's short hair here, and all I have is this little point in between. And I'm just gonna connect those two. It might not be as pronounced in every section you pick up. And if we cut horizontally, then we must cross-check vertically. I'll show you that once I'm done with the other side. So right now, my whole guideline is here. I didn't really worry about the front section too much yet. And I'm gonna work my way off to the right side now. Guideline is here. If you're not sure, pick up another strand, make sure you have a good guideline, and then start just working it off. Don't worry about going all the way down the edge yet. Not time for that. Just right here. Make your guideline wider. You do this with longer hair too, guys. Yesterday, if you guys seen the live, the guy's hair was super long, and we used this exact same technique to cut his mullet and put that whole thing, real neat and even so that he can continue growing it out.
A little red out there.
So right here, pretty much gonna run out of gas here because we've already done a little shear over comb on this side. There's really not gonna be hardly anything down here. He's gonna comb his hair over that way. So if you do manage to pick up any little hairs here, cut them. There's no reason to leave a bunch of weight right there. A lot of barbers do leave a bunch of weight there. And when I get somebody in my chair and I see that, I know right away that they thought that it was gonna help the hair lay over, but it actually doesn't help the hair lay over. Smash that thumbs up, guys. 132 of you guys in here. We only got 22 likes. Come on, man.
What's up, bud?
Help your boy out. Don't make me beg. I shave his head.
Almost there.
I shave his head all the way off. Besides, hold it. All right, guys, we got really curly hair on the front here. I don't want to cut the very front too short. I'm not gonna hold it down and cut it with a bunch of tension either. If I pull that straight, it's not gonna be even. Curly hair is never gonna be even. So what we're gonna do now that I've established a 0 for his bangs, I'll show you guys the little trick to blend the interior from the exterior. I've been going live a lot, Samuel. I'll go live a lot more if we keep getting a lot of people in these lives. I'll go live every day I cut hair if you guys want. But I just got to see the results and the algorithm and stuff like that, because like at the end of the day, this is how I make my living, guys. I make my living from YouTube, and I have to do what you know, what the people want. So right now, I actually got this front laying way better. If you guys look at that, because I left that front longer, it's laying way better. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna blend the interior length to the exterior length. So exterior length is them short hairs in the very front. The interior length is the short hair back here. So all we're going to do is blend this to this. See how easy that is? You don't want to recut that front. This is exactly why we left the front out in the first place. So now on this side, I'm going to show you guys the weight buildup that we've created here, which is fine, and this is what happens, especially with fine hair. So right here, we can see we have some weight that we're going to have to deal with. Some of you guys probably pick up some texturizing shears, which is a good idea, actually. You can pick up texturizing shears, and you can get this weight to start to lay down, right? I personally don't like to do that, actually. Oh, shit. Sorry, I didn't realize when I spun them. Okay, so some of you guys would pick up some texturizing shears right here, right? And you'd pick it up and you'd do something like this, you know. This is a great way to practice if you're not comfortable with actual shear over comb. I'd cut into this without making too many mistakes, right? Personally, I don't really like to do that. I do prefer to use actual shear over comb because I want to see exactly what my adjustment's going to be. So I'll lift this up. I'm actually using my pinky here to pivot. And if you guys haven't seen my shear over comb video where I really go into depth on this technique, you guys can check that out after we're done with this video. It's in my full masterclass. It's available to the public. It's not just a members only video. But we really went hard on that video to explain the technique and give you pretty much all the gems I've learned over the years about how to do this technique and how to, it's not just about me knowing how to do it, it's about me knowing how to explain it. The better you get at something, the harder it becomes to explain. Like David here is a chef. He walks into the kitchen and I'm sure he sees a bunch of retardation everywhere he looks. Because he's been doing it so long, he knows not to make some of them dumb mistakes that he sees people making, but they don't know it.
You missed Thanksgiving, bro.
Thanksgiving for the chef must be the worst holiday. I never really thought about that.
No, I had it off, but I got lucky. But my family fucked up the turkey.
Bro, how you gonna be a chef and be over there eating some bum ass turkey?
No, I made the turkey. I just left the wrong instructions, and then I had to end up getting it. Had to use some culinary engineering. Like we only had one oven, you know, there's only one. So turkey's underdone, and I'm like shit. And they still gotta cook some stuff, so I'm like shit. I'm like fire up the grill. We'll put it on low. We'll use it as an oven. And we'll go from there.
That's funny.
Had the turkey, had the ham going on the oven, so they can cook all the sweet potatoes and get all that stuff, you know. That was fun.
The hard thing is getting it all to come out at the same time. I don't know how to do that. But I don't even care, bro. I'll eat cold steak from the fridge.
But that's the easiest part. That's the easiest. They give you the... yeah, but that's the other thing, too, is like cold steak. You'll eat cold steak, but like if you cook... How do you like your steak cooked?
Like medium rare.
Exactly. And that's not burning hot from the inside, but you know how most people are.
Yep.
I need to have that hot.
Mm-hmm.
I need to have that hot, but no, bro, you're eating a medium rare steak. It's supposed to be
not
like
gonna be super hot.
It's like 115, like chill.
Yep.
Enjoy that flavor. So you can honestly take a steak, let it rest for 10 minutes, get all the sides ready, and boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the thing. My steak game has come a long way this year.
Have you tried smoking steak?
No.
Oh, you should get a Traeger.
I gotta try it. All right, you guys, check it out. We use the texturizing shears a little bit towards the end, and this is what I was just talking about. Like we're gonna go back to our clippers a little bit here and there, but for the most part, putting the shears, like working with the shears for a little bit was really a good move. It gave me an idea of what I'd be able to accomplish with the shears. it let me know exactly where I need to go with the clippers next. And I got very minimal work to do now. And I'm just literally with the clipper in the open position. I'm tipping it on an angle, and I'm sort of texturizing with just the clipper itself. Now you can also use a technique like this, where we're just using the corner or the tip of the shear to kind of break up some of these little areas that we just want to really get specific about. So this works a lot like your clippers actually. If you're going all the way down to the scalp and you're getting those hairs cleaned up. I'm going to bring you guys in for a closer look here in a second. But for the most part, I'm quite happy with how this haircut is coming out. We're going to do his beard too, guys. So I'm looking in the mirror. I'm looking for anything that's not as good as I can make it. And you see like a little bit right here that I can clean up a little better. But for the most part, it's minimal. Tiny bit right there. Now here's where I'd like to actually like to use a taper blade. So I actually have a taper blade on my saber too. And this is kind of why it's so helpful to have more than one machine. How are you, buddy? Good morning. That taper blade, it just absolutely finesses any of those spots. This is not going to create a big change to the haircut when I pull this up. I can hear this and I can feel this. This is just one of the easiest machines on earth to work with.
Yeah. Complaining. Yeah. You want to do the hair, bud? Okay. You want to go 5 all the way, but you don't want. I can't do something else. Yeah.
That looks so much better. Like I'm looking at the mirror, guys. You guys got to realize, like, I got you jammed in here tight. You guys are seeing things that you might think are flaws, or you might think need to be addressed. But like, at this point, you got to look at the mirror. You can't rely on what you see in front of you right here. It's the whole picture. So you guys can't get snowblind with what you see, like these tiny, tiny little things here. You got to look at the whole picture. Go shear over comb here.
Oh my God. Get out. Get out here. Come back over today. But, yeah. I say you go outside.
And if you notice too, I switched to this little Zuka comb because it's super thin. Super thin. So it allows me to get all the way down to work on these little areas with shear over comb when I need to. Probably one of my favorite combs, to be honest, because like when you get right down to it, sometimes you got to get really close.
No, he's my father.
Okay, we're going to push this out. We're going to start working on that edge up.
No, he's too cold for him because they have a stroke. Okay. But I appreciate that.
Everybody go like that there?
What guy?
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Huh? Somebody out there must be on the flies.
I'm surprised you had time going.
What, today? Oh, yeah. I almost came in later. I left my schedule open in at night. Normally I have clients like super early, but today I didn't. So
Yeah.
I normally leave my schedule open until like maybe 9, 10 o'clock at night, give me an idea of like what I could do. I forgot about closing it off, so I said, screw it. But I always act like I'm gonna sleep in or something, but I don't ever do that.
Yeah, you got like, what, 3 kids?
Yeah.
At least one of them awake.
Nah, I'm up at like 4:30, bro. I was up 4:30. I already had a workout in and everything.
Jeez.
He said, Thank you, QTube. I just read your comment there. Basically, he said, I'm not trying to critique, just seeing the right side needed attention. Just gave it some attention. There's going to be a little bit of attention paid to here and there, but I told you guys, man. And there's also no such thing as a perfect haircut either, too. Like, so if you guys thought that you're going to see a photoshopped haircut occur, like that's what other people do, bro. I don't do that. I do real haircuts. It's a real day. He was a real client. Had no fucking plan when he walked in. He had no idea I was going to do this shit. I didn't know what clipper I was going to use. I don't give a shit. Like, I was over here just making it happen, guys. That's what I do. This is real barbering. This isn't like Instagram, TikTok land. Like, I'm giving you guys what it's like to be a real barber here.
I always love comments from people that want to sit there and, oh yeah, it's not a critique, I'm just letting you know. No, dude, you know, stop self-projecting your own insecurities, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a little sissy, man, and just be a man. You know what I'm saying? Good God.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I'm not mad about it because, like, I know that a lot of people, like, they spend a lot of time on Instagram and they think that, you know, they know what a good haircut looks like, but, like, the reality is most of the haircuts you guys are looking at, most of the people that you guys are looking up to, they will shamelessly Photoshop the living crap out of everything. And I don't do that. I post what it is. Like, it is what it is. Not everybody's going to come in with the perfect hair. Not every situation is going to be the perfect situation. You're not always going to have the time to do the Instagram model haircut. You do the best job you can in the time that you do it. I don't charge $100 a haircut or $200 a haircut so I can sit here and agonize over this haircut for 2 hours. I don't do that. I have 45 minutes to get this done, beard and haircut. That's how actual haircuts work. Actual barbers work. Drop some comments to the people you be seeing Photoshop their blends. Who you see? Let's put them on blast. Who photoshops them haircuts?
Oh yeah, he's live. He's on live right now.
I got 150 people in here, but I only got 28 likes. It's gonna be a good live though. I got a feeling we got a lot of viewers here. I think we've had about 10,000 concurrent. So he wants to keep his length. So I'm just gonna try to even his length up a little bit. Yeah, as you guys can see, like, there's no irritation, no nothing, just out of the box, all good. He said, any tips for me? I got a cheap clipper. I used to cut my own hair, and it doesn't have a lever. I can still get a good taper with that. Can I still get a good taper with that? I would say, I don't think I could do a great taper with a clipper with no lever.
Zero.
If you get a clipper with a lever, that's definitely going to make things a lot easier. But I think that if you're new and you don't really know 100% like all the techniques that you can use to kind of mimic a lever, it's going to be really hard for me to give you great advice on that.
How about we send them one?
I know, right?
As long as they don't cut on a zero.
I mean, you
have
can
like
get
a half up to 1, 2, 3.
there's some really cheap clippers out there you guys can get that have levers. I mean, dude, the Rogue is probably one of the best clippers you could ever fade with. It's an Ergo, but if you get it in the Rogue platform, it's like, if you use my code, it's like less than $100. It's right here. You get one of these for like $100, and you could cut your friend's hair. It's got a click lever. It's got everything. Yeah, clipper and trimmer combo. You can get them from 160, but if all you want is a clipper, you can get the Rogue for about 100. It's actually, I think it's actually the best-selling clipper that Stylecraft sells. I think part of that is the price, but the other part of it is like, it's actually just a top-performing clipper. It's solid. Like, if I had to pick one clipper that I could only use for the rest of my life, and I was really like worried about making sure my blends were perfect and everything like that, I would probably pick either the Rebel or I'd probably pick the Ergo or the Rogue. Those are just easy clippers to work with.
Yeah, I can imagine that clipper not having a lever nowadays unless it's a skin, just a boulder.
It's probably like, so Walmart sells a lot of stuff like that. They have basically, like, it's very possible he probably actually has a trimmer. Probably got a trimmer with a couple of guards or something like that.
Right.
But Walmart sells, there are clippers that are sold without a lever. It's just, they're not really meant for barbers. They're more for like body grooming and things like that. check him in the mirror here, make sure I got his undercarriage half decent. One of the best parts of growing your beard out is like when you don't have to cut the bottom anymore. Like when you get it long enough to cover that part. And you can tell he's been growing this out because like it's not all even Stevens or anything yet. I just kind of use a little freehand trimmer. This hair's super fine. This trimmer's just eating it up. Let me put it close real quick. Oh, just don't fall. I'll look up real quick. So I'll show you guys. Basically just kind of hovering the trimmer. And if you don't feel confident enough to do this, I'll show you another little tricky way you can do it. You actually just take your shears. Just use the inside of your shears. The inside of your shears, you can really just kind of go through and cut anything that's curling the wrong way or sticking out kind of funny, and just try to make it look nice and uniform. Almost like you're trimming up a chia pet. But trimming a chia. Okay, David, I know some of these people will want to know the answer to this. So, how much should a chef spend on a good knife? A good knife that you're actually going to cut hair, you're not cut hair with, you're going to cut food with and work with for a while.
At least 150. At least
150 would be like the threshold to get you into the good knife space.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of funny, bro. I just resharpened all my knives, like the shit ones that are sitting in the block. You know what I mean? You probably laugh, but bro, I tell you what, you could cut anything with that. You could cut a hair down the center with that bad boy when I was done with it. I used to sharpen all my hunting knives back in the day. You know, my papa taught me how to do it. We didn't have stainless steel. Our steel would get, you know what I mean, it'd get jacked up if it didn't stay oiled. Boy, those knives could really be sharp. You want to skin a deer and you don't want to, puncture the stomach, so you got to be kind of careful. It has to be super sharp. What's up, man? Good morning.
Oh yeah.
You have a appointment today, man?
Yeah, we can't put it.
All right, so I'm just going through. I'm doing his upper lip. He said, how often do you have to resharpen your knife, David?
Every day, you gotta hone it every day.
Every day?
Every day, you gotta at least
Well,
hone it, sharpen it at least once a month.
Once a month. Do you actually sharpen it yourself, or do you
I do it on a stone.
get a wet stone?
Yep, wet stone.
So you use like the coarse side, then the fine side, then you go through and hone it again?
Yep. Just go through and make sure I like it. At least once a month with the volume I do. Do about 1,200 people a day.
He's doing 1,200 meals a day, so you're cutting. I mean, how many strokes you making with that knife a day, bro?
A lot. I do, you know how much, see, we do about 500 for a steak, about 500 pounds of steak, about 400 pounds of pork, 350 pounds of any kind of fish.
Jesus.
That's just 1 week. About 600 pounds of chicken.
When you guys get the fish, you got to gut the fish? Or you getting them
No.
So you're not getting them home?
I'm getting the side. Getting the side already filleted, already clean. Just gotta sit there and portion it.
Right.
Yeah. When you got no budget?
You got a black budget.
You don't got no budget.
You got no budget.
There's no inventory, no nothing.
That's like the FBI. They don't got no budget. And every time they get audited, they're like, well, we don't know where the cheese went. I mean, we've been looking for it too. Y'all seen it?
You know what I found out we do? It's kind of funny. You're gonna laugh at it.
What?
We hit them back on the taxes.
Really?
They hit him back on a cafeteria plan. No dead ass. He gets the tax bill.
I bet he does.
Yeah.
Feeding all those poor souls.
But it comes out of your taxes too, and my taxes.
I know, isn't that great?
It comes right out of the check.
All right, you guys, this is my favorite razor. These are ghost razors. You can only get them from what I understand, I don't know if other distributors carry them or not, but you can only get these from Eric Weber in the house, man. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for the positivity there. But you can only get these from Fort Worth Barber Supply. And these are some sharp razors. I shouldn't even open this one because I got to pack this open. But these are as sharp as I've found. For like double-edged blades are never really super high quality for the most part. But I'll tell you guys what, more often than not, these are they're super sharp. If David was using one of these for his chefing, Imagine being a chef like this. Cha, 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 cha. Shink, shink, shink.
They ain't in prison.
You think they do it with that?
You gotta. Give you
Must
that
have,
Gillette.
like a
They give you
plastic
that
knife?
little. They give you that little Gillette one.
I figure like whatever you could cut food with in prison, you could cut somebody. You know what I mean? It's like there's no perfect system is where I'm going with this. All right, y'all. He wants to grow his beard out, like I said. So I'm gonna do the line. We shaped it up a little bit. We will use a tiny bit of. I just actually have some shaving gel here. Just a tiny bit. We'll shape his eyebrows up too. Show you a little trick when it comes to that. We'll go here, and I'm gonna bring you guys in for a close-up look. 150 people up in the room. Give me 100 thumbs up, you guys. That's just 50 of you guys could just chill out, but the rest of you guys smash the thumbs up. We need it, man. We need it. We need all the help we could get so we can keep making tutorials like this. There's not many people coming out here just doing that. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Brent. Thank you, Christopher. Eric. A lot of you guys are longtime subscribers. Don't think I don't see you guys up in the room. Oh, guys, and we just had since you guys are here and you're live, I could tell you about it. But we've just had some movement with the Barber Tuition Initiative Project. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but a while back, we together, we all paid off a barber's tuition for somebody in need. And I actually just spoke with one of my sponsors booked in, and they've committed $7,500 for me to go and give away some tuition. So that'll be something coming up at the start of next year. We're positioned to do that, and I think Stylecraft is going to match or possibly exceed that contribution. And we're gonna have enough money to give away barber tuition for some people who are in need. And we have some fun and creative ways that we plan on doing it. So there's in the future, I can kind of envision sort of like an application process to be considered for this. But like as it stands right now, we know of some people that need some help, and we're trying to get it all together so that we could do that for them. So the best part about it is it's always going to come I want it to always come as a surprise to the person who receives it. I want it to go to somebody who's currently enrolled in barber school that could benefit from it. Last thing I want to see is somebody like takes a bunch of money and doesn't even go to barber school. So like I'm trying to do this for the good of our community, for us to be able to keep growing. So right here, we're gonna cut that. So if you notice, like there's no room really for the razor to fit in this way. So what I typically do, tip them this way a little bit, pull it back this way. So I'm going kind of with the grain, trying not to go against the grain on the first stroke. And then here. These blades are super sharp. Like you guys can see, no irritation at all. I didn't even have shaving cream there. So no irritation whatsoever. Just easy to work with. Lines come out nice and sharp, crisp. You gonna do a little enhancement on the beard or not?
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna put it on a little bit on the corners right here. Nobody will know but me and my subscribers. You guys won't tell nobody, will you? You're gonna do a little enhancement just on the me and my subscribers. We know it's only 150 of us, so we'll keep the secret. We won't tell nobody.
I'm surprised you're not plugging your OnlyFans.
My OnlyFans. Bro, I was watching. I wasn't watching OnlyFans, but I was watching this YouTube video about an OnlyFans girl. She said her first month she made $84,000.
Jeez.
Did you see the girl that in 1 year from last November to this November, 43 million?
$43 million.
Wasn't she a midget too?
NBA contract. She's like only like 26.
Wasn't
What
she
was
like
she
a
supposed
midget?
to go
though?
work at McDonald's or something?
No.
Like,
No, I saw a girl. She's like 3 foot nothing, and she like in 2 months made $2 million.
yeah, just to play devil's advocate on that whole thing, it's people watching that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and they be the same people commenting like, "Oh, she's trash."
People like you.
I don't want to see it.
I might go on Feet Finder. You gotta have to come do my toes. I'll paint
Feet
them.
Finder. Feetfinder.com.
I bet you trim your toe hairs.
That's right. You do toes, right?
For the right price, bro.
Oh, there you go. And I'll make a video. I'll do a live video for my fans.
You guys remember? You guys remember in Game of Thrones when Tyrion he asked Sir Bronn? He said, "Would you kill a child if I asked you?" He goes, "Without question." He goes, "No, I wouldn't." He goes, "Not without question. I'd ask how much." That's what he said. That's what he said.
Tyrion Lancaster.
Tyrion Lannister. Lannister always pays his debts. He said, "I'm telling, bro, they gotta go first 48 on you, bro." Nobody snitches these days. Everybody keeps quiet.
It's like that. What's the one movie? I need someone. We're gonna go do some bad shit. I need someone to ride with me. You can't ask me questions. You can't say anything. I just need somebody there. He's like, let me know what time you're picking me up. What movie is with Ben Affleck and what's it? They're in Boston.
Oh, dude. I think I know what you're talking about. Is Mark Wahlberg in it?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing this movie.
What's the name of the movie? It's not Good Will Hunting. No.
They're like Irish mobsters.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name. All right, y'all, we're going to use a little bit here. Shake this up. I'm going to show you guys real quick. You get this from Fort Worth Barber Supply also. Use the code Eddie10 and save some money. But this is the black, and it's really, really good. Actually, this stuff stays in the hair good, and it's just easy to work with. So, especially when you just want to do like a little bit, which is all I really want to do. So I kind of want to just tighten up this area right here by the sideburns.
That's fresh and clean. It's damage.
That's my favorite. That was called my favorite.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Just want to tighten up that corner. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. Here, look. Sort of looked like this when I did it. Tighten up that corner a little bit. So that looks tight. If I have like extra, sometimes like I'll just kind of like fill some of the holes where there's like hair that's just not growing. But I just feel like this kind of completes the look, sharpens up his vertical bars a little bit when he doesn't have as much hair there as some clients do.
Same thing. Just rotate the hair a little bit from the back. Yeah, and just, I guess, maybe lighter it up a little bit.
Beauty.
Yeah.
He doesn't want me to do it in his beard. Otherwise, normally I would do a little bit in his beard, but it might make it a little too dark, so I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna waste what I got in the gun. The thing about these guns, man, is these things clog so easy. Like they just clog so easy that I try to just make sure I get every bit of this out, and I'm gonna put the cleaner in it right away. Well, he's not wrong, dude. I mean, if I set this down for 2 minutes, this gun could get clogged and then it won't work no more.
Look what happened with the other one.
It don't take much. I mean, it don't take much. I mean, every one of these I've gone through, there's been nothing but problems for the most part. I never had these kind of problems with the floor ones.
How many gone through?
I don't know. Probably 10. They're just trash.
Well, what's the dye? Is it dye or is it hair follicles?
No, it's dye.
It's dye?
Yeah, so this will last like 2-3 days. If you don't scrub too hard. I mean, if you wash hard, it'll come out.
Can you shower?
Yeah, you can shower.
You're supposed to shower?
Sure, you can shower sometimes. I think it's a good idea, dude.
I take bubble baths. I like the soap.
Right? Take bubble baths. Those of you guys who've been with me from the beginning of this, I really appreciate you guys. We did get 45 thumbs up where we had like, I don't know, probably had 200 people in here at different points. Still 120 of you guys in here. We really do appreciate you guys for supporting and hanging out this whole time. And I'm gonna bring you guys in for a close look. Just looking for anything that I missed, anything that I can clean up a little bit right now. I mean, there's nothing left. So let's put a little bit of lava clay in there. This one here is from Johnny B. Product I like a lot. Kind of brings out the curl, stops the flyaways, and just lays down the hair so it looks nice. After it dries, you'd hardly even notice it's in here. That's why I like it. All right, we're gonna take a little bit of the hot sauce here. We'll spray it on a Q-tip. And any little areas where we might have had some overspray, could easily clean up. This technique, I actually seen it from Victorino. When we were on stage, he pulled out a Q-tip from I don't know where. And he cleaned his model up and it looked super clean. I'm like, yo, hold up. I did not see anybody ever do that before. Not before that, I never seen nobody do that. All right, y'all ready for a closer look? We'll pull out our trusty actual light. This is the light that actually will show you guys what we're actually up to. We hardly got any battery life left, so pop this off real quick. What y'all think of the cut? So you all angles. I'm not like them other barbers. What y'all think? Oh, some of y'all. Actually, after showering, that will hang on for a couple of days, guys. Somebody asked, usually that lasts about 3 days. If you scrub super hard, obviously it will come off. But generally speaking, personally, I actually like using like this Kiss Express on my beard because it actually lasts a little bit longer. But for the most part, that stuff lasts pretty good too. And it's really easy to apply. So like, when you guys don't have that much time and you're trying to get it done, that's all it is, man. That's all it is. Appreciate you guys, man. DIY King. He said, look at the right side, then look at the left side. I just did. I just had a whole 360, man. I just had a whole 360. If you think that a client's gonna walk in here with proportionate head shape, perfect hair growth, excellent density that is exactly the same around the whole head, and the haircut's gonna look exactly the same around the whole head, that you're living in the dream world, kid. You're living somewhere that's not reality. But I know my man's about to head out into the world and get a bunch of compliments.
That's right.
Bring me a bunch of new clients. And this is real barbering, guys. This is what it actually looks like. It's actually what it really looked like. What up, Matthew? Jumping into live. All right, we're gonna hit him with the hot sauce. You know what's about to hit him. Pow, pow, pow. He's suffocating right now. So we'll hit him with this. It'll be extremely cold. He's always using it too. Look, Kenny's using it. Kenny uses it 10 times a cut. Look at that. Oh, you gotta keep it off his shoes. You see that? He said, that's sexy, Kenny, to you.
Use code Eddie.
Use code Eddie. Save 15% off of your haircut. All right, my man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good seeing you, buddy.
Good seeing you. Thank you.
All right, we'll get you in before Christmas.
Take care, man.
Okay, you guys.
Be good, brother.
we do have another client supposed to be here in about 8 minutes. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just keep this live rolling. So I'm gonna let him show up. We'll do another haircut with the clippers directly out of the box. So if you guys wanna hang around for another full haircut, then that's what we're about to do. We're doing this all before breakfast, you guys. So I got some Chick-fil-A. Got some Chick-fil-A. Fila. That's Spanish. It's fancy. All right. I'm gonna rinse this out real quick. We are in Naples, Florida, guys. We're in Naples, Florida, and we're actually, if you know Naples, Florida, we're on Immokalee Road, which is the main road that needs to be made bigger in our town, because a lot of people are down here right now. Not many people want to be up north, freezing right now. So this is actually some airbrush cleaner from the Beam team. So we'll put that in the gun. We're gonna clean up all our tools. I'll show you guys what I do in between haircuts here. But I'm gonna let this kind of sit in the gun. I'm gonna let it run out for a little bit. And this will keep the gun from getting clogged up. Really good to do this like right away, like I was telling you guys before. We got the Mr. Cartoon. What you guys think of that? That's the Tampa Bay Rays Mr. Cartoon face. He's got we got clippers that Mr. Cartoon did a really cool artwork on, which I thought was pretty dope. Really love those clippers. They're Rebels also. They just got a fancy kind of paint job to them. But all right, you guys, we're gonna clean these up, and this is pretty much what we do in between every client. I have this 10 minutes to do this, so spray each one of these that we plan on using. We know we're probably gonna use this a little bit too, Saber 2. One of the reasons why I do love this tool so much is we can blow out pretty much everything, all the hair. You know, like if you guys have been cutting hair for a while, let's say you get somebody with dark hair like David who just left, and then somebody with like blonde hair comes in right after him. You go up the side of the head and all those little black hairs get all over his scalp. Now, if you know, you know. If you're in this business, you know that will happen to you. So it's really important that you clean your tools thoroughly in between haircuts. I didn't even use this one, so I'm not really that worried about this one, but you got to clean everything thoroughly. You don't want to have that happen. For this next haircut, we're actually going to use a detachable on the top. He's got some waves on the top of his head, and I just feel like that actually does a little better of a job at getting them to kind of lay nice. Whenever I use a detachable for that, it just feels like the right tool. So that detachable is still for sale till January 1st. The price is going to go up $50, but right now it's for only $250 at Fort Worth Barber Supply, and you guys can find it in the link to this clippers, in the link to this description. So if you guys got any questions about any of the tools, man, I should have took a picture of that haircut. I didn't even take a picture of that haircut. I meant to. That was the plan, and I was going to use that as the thumbnail, but I guess we'll leave the thumbnail.
I took a picture of it.
Did you? No. Douche. He was a douche canoe. So, new razor for a new client. This is kind of cool. They say ghost right on the actual blade. They etch it. They etch it in there. What clippers are you guys using right now? What's your main? What's your go-to? So, I actually, for whatever reason, I actually feel like using a Turkish razor just works the best personally. I have a lot of razors. I actually have one razor that's really expensive. It was like a $300, but I like these little razors. These little razor holders, for some reason, slide them in there just like that. I'm actually gonna set them in the barber side here. Let that kind of start doing its thing. But I've just noticed that ever since I started using them Turkish razors, actually it was Mo Cuts. When he cut my hair, he was using a Turkish razor, but he was using like level 3 blades, and the batch that I had of them, I had a couple bad ones in them. And when he put it in that, it just seemed like it cut better. So it was really ever since then, been doing that. Conair, using the Conair clippers. Did you shop? Where did you shop to get a Conair clippers? Walmart? No shade. So just so you guys know that the parent company for Babyliss is actually Conair. So Babyliss is a what do you call it? The barber kind of division within Conair. So we're not even gonna charge this, guys. We're just gonna let this be. Keep trying to use that. If you guys want to see a different clipper, drop a comment. We can put another clipper up. Somebody earlier today, he was talking about like when I released this was the best shaver of 2025. Somebody put a comment on the video saying that they went through 4 of these. This is the same one that I've had these almost for a year probably, at least 7-8 months. And he was saying that like his top didn't snap on. I don't know what some people are doing, whether they're yanking on these and breaking them or something like that. But this is not really it's not a normal issue to go through that. Keep your top on just like that, and we're in business. All right, we got just about everything cleaned up. Ready for the next cut. And all we need is our client to show up. Perfect timing. All right, Kenny, let them watch you for a second.
Nah.
What you doing? Come on, let them watch you. What clipper are you using?
Cyborg.
Why are you using the Cyborg?
Because I like it.
Is it like your main go-to for the most part? Most of the time I look over, I see you look at you, I see you using the Cyborg. Kenny he's shy, but he's one of the best barbers I've ever seen. This guy here, day in and day out, putting down the fire. So we're gonna harass him for a second until Maxwell gets here. And he's always thinking his work's not good enough. He's like, oh, no, don't look. It ain't ready yet. Look, that's why he just turned the chair. Talk to him. Give him a thumbs up, y'all. Give him a quick thumbs up. You're not talking to him? You guys can hear that crunch? He gave him a thumbs up. He says, you can put your cutters in soap and water. If you do that, I would definitely encourage you to oil them afterwards. But yeah, you can do that. You're better off just honestly, like if you want to go that far, you're honestly better off just dipping them quickly in Barberside and then rinsing them off in the water. You could potentially ruin your paint job that way, but if you're looking for it to be more disinfected, it's always smart to kind of hold on to this piece, which I never can, guys. I never can. But if you hold on to that little piece there, just even when you toss it up on your station. Now, if you're going to use detachables, the 3 main detachables I use, 1.5, the 5.0, and the number 2. We're going to use all 3 of these for my guy Maxwell. My man is here. We live again. We live again. We already went live to a whole nother haircut, Maxwell. There's already 113 people in here just ready for the next cut. Desmond's asking, is Chad over here? Chad's over there putting down the flames. Man, Chad's looking fresh, got a white uptown shirt.
Tell Des, Des is a believer in that saber too now. He loves
He
that
just said
saber
that.
too.
He just said, I can't lie. He was a Babyliss guy, but he's coming around. He likes the saber too. No shade on Babyliss. They make some good units.
Tell Des, man, you gotta send me that blade. I gotta get you a blade modified, man.
Chad's really been getting into blade modification, man. He's been blade and body modifications. He's like, yo, I got to do a body mod, son. So what you up to, Chad? All right, we're gonna do it, you guys. Same thing as usual, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No changes.
No changes, man.
You got it, buddy. All right, so start this one off. Let's brush his hair forward. Coming in with his hair all nice and clean and dry. That's the best. We can start this a bunch of different ways, guys. But what we are going to do, we're gonna pick up our clipper here. This is actually a lot like the Osher Octane. Has a removable battery. Hardly ever charge it. It runs. It's super quiet, and it's just a great all-around clipper. He's kind of tall, so I gotta pump him down a little bit. And let's get it. How do you think you noticed, y'all? You like my mask, bro?
So what?
You like my mask, bro?
Bro, I love it, man. I love it.
Oh shit! You didn't even notice, bro.
I did, man. Where you get that from, man?
Mr. Cartoon, bro. He's the guy who did like 50 Cent tattoos and like a bunch of industry people tattoos. But long story short, he sent a bunch of members that are on the Stylecraft and Gamma team these cool like masks. I don't think they were ever intended to be taken out of the box. They're like a collector's item.
That's sick, dude.
But you know, I can't help. Like if it comes into the shop, I'm probably gonna use it.
You gotta break the rules, man.
If it's a shirt, I'm probably gonna wear it. All right, you guys, that was kind of like a rough pass to get the hair to lay down. And I'll take this off to make my voice muffled a little bit. But all right, so the next step here, we'll continue with this. He said, he said, something I said, what's up? I'm coming around. I am coming around. I'm gonna send it on Monday, he said.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. All right, we're gonna put our skin line in with the 5-0 detachable. Just make the process go smooth and easy. If you guys have seen Maxwell on the channel before, he wears like a little bit of a higher fade, looks super clean on him. Hello, how are you, buddy? Man, I see that Bears shirt, man.
Uh-oh.
What happened over there? What happened to them Bears?
Go Bears.
What kind of shit was that? But you know what? They fired his ass yesterday.
They did.
I feel so bad for the Bears fans, man. I wanted Detroit to win that game, to be honest, but man, I came around to wanting them. I was kind of rooting for them because they're like the underdogs. You're a Bears fan too, ain't you, Maxwell?
Unfortunately, yeah.
What a horrible idea, bro. Listen, all right, I'll give you one offer. It expires. It's a limited time offer. But if you want, right now, I'll adopt you formally as a Bills fan. And you never have to bring up the Bears. We'll never talk about it again. We'll forget that it ever happened. And you could ride with us into more misery.
I have to respectfully decline, man.
Trust me. My wife just tried calling me. That would be such a shame. It just blew the whole live, didn't it?
Did it?
I knew she was going to. I should have texted her back. Let's see what happens here. Y'all let me know if it's working. Hopefully it didn't stop. I don't think we can resume it either. Damn, I was about to have the longest live of my YouTube career. We had so many people in this room. 81, we're losing everybody. That's the only thing that's working. Oh, it's back. Is it back? Blackout? Hold up, give it a second. Let's hope it revives. I don't want to end this live if I can avoid it. Man, we had 180 people in the room when that happened. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fire it back up. That sucks, because it's gonna be a separate video. I wanted to keep this all on one video. Black? Okay. We're gonna hang up. We'll come right back.